All right, so it seems I've found myself strolling about Fairbanks, Alaska. We're going to take a look around and see what we can find.
Yes, this adventure has taken me to the 49th state in search of history, culture, and technological advancements. There will be plenty of things to see and do along the way, and yes, I did get a new hat. We'll start things off with an early morning leisurely stroll around the downtown area. This path takes us along the Chena River and through a series of parks that contain various monuments and memorials along the way. Here we have a statue dedicated to Walter Harper, who was the first to summit Mount McKinley, which just happens to be the tallest peak in all of North America. Just a few moments away from here, we are encountering another interesting monument. This is called the Lend-Lease Memorial. Proposed by President Franklin D. Roosevelt, this World War II program would ship military supplies and equipment to Allied forces across the Bering Strait from Alaska to Siberia. Around the corner, we have another interesting sight. This is known as Antler Arch. It is considered to be the gateway to downtown Fairbanks. This work of art is actually composed of over 100 moose and caribou antlers from nearby Alaskan villages. Beyond that arch, we have another nice view of the icy Chena River, and nearby, the Morris Thompson Cultural and Visitor Center. Inside, you will meander throughout a series of exhibits that will inform you on the foundation and early settlements with a focus on the people who have crafted the Alaskan culture. Pay close attention in here, and you might even pick up some useful knowledge that may come in handy on down the road as we continue to explore the last frontier. All over town, you will find many other markers of historic significance. This is the northernmost end of the Alaskan Railroad. And if you think you're going to get lost looking for all these hidden treasures, don't worry, it's possible you may stumble upon a conveniently placed map to help you navigate your way along. I found the downtown area of Fairbanks to be pleasantly walkable and very decorative too, with artwork and murals all about. For breakfast, I gotta recommend that you try this creperie. And you know what? You can never go wrong with a local food truck for lunch. Now, of course, no visit would be complete without checking out the Fairbanks Ice Museum. This place is an absolute dreamscape of frozen sculptures. Head on deeper into the main room and you will find yourself immersed into a wonderland filled with amazements as you wander your way through. And yes, you will even be able to unleash your inner child by trying out that ice slide. Don't forget to have a drink at the bar while you're down here, and if you time your visit just right, you might even get to witness that sculptor in action. Just west of the downtown area, we have the expansive Pioneer Park. This is your chance to experience what Alaskan life was like back in those days of pioneering and gold rush settlers. Origins of Fairbanks date back to the first decade of the 1900s, when a trading post was set up along that Chena River. This open-air museum includes a variety of exhibits, like the ship known as the SS Nenana, which was a sternwheeler that was launched in 1933 to carry passengers and cargo along the Yukon and Tanana rivers. Other exhibits include the railroad and aviation museums as well. Now take notice of how bare the streets seem to be. I was here just before the season began, so if you want to see this place in full swing, you really need to plan your visit between May and September. Further into the outskirts of town is the Museum of the North. Now, if you're in need of a more in-depth look at the full spectrum of Alaskan history, this one is for you. Throughout these halls, you will be treated to artifacts from the ancient past, as well as a variety of exhibits showcasing the local wildlife that has spanned many ages. You will also see displays depicting the lives of the indigenous people who called these lands home, alongside evidence of the region's gold rush days. And yes, there is even some modern art too. Now let's head a few miles north. That's right, here I am taking a look at a section of the Alaskan Pipeline. This is an up-close educational experience that gives you a look at how this thing actually works. Here you will see the insides of the mechanism that keeps the oil moving smoothly, as well as plenty of other information about the line's history and impact. My time in Fairbanks, Alaska was pretty amazing. I found it to be a great place to immerse yourself into a history of early explorers and the foundation of a settlement that would not only conquer the frigid environment, but continue to thrive on up until this day. And yeah, the accommodations weren't too bad either.
And here we have Alaskan air conditioning. Pretty cool, huh?
Actually, that is pretty cool. But you know what else is cool? All of the Fairbanks area. And if you behave yourselves, I might just decide to take you on an adventure to Denali National Park in an upcoming video. So hit those like and subscribe buttons and stick around.